Man finds his childhood mementos in the attic and discovers an old story, an audio story. The rain pattered softly against the window, a soothing, rhythmic sound that filled the house. Richard stood at the foot of the attic stairs, gazing up into the dimly lit space above. The house, his childhood home, was steeped in memories, each room echoing with the laughter and tears of years gone by. He had always found the attic to be a mysterious place, a hidden cavern filled with the remnants of lives lived. Today, the gray afternoon light filtered through the narrow attic window, casting long shadows across the wooden floor. Richard, a man in his late 30s, felt a tug of nostalgia. He had recently moved back into the family home after his parents' passing, and amidst the sorrow, there was a desire to reconnect with his past. The wooden stairs creaked under his weight as he ascended, each step a reminder of the passage of time. The air grew thicker with the scent of aged wood and dust. When he reached the top, he pulled the cord to switch on the single, dim bulb. It cast a weak, yellowish glow over the cluttered room, barely penetrating the darkness that clung to the corners. Richard stood still for a moment, letting his eyes adjust to the gloom. The attic was a labyrinth of forgotten furniture, old trunks, and boxes piled haphazardly. Cobwebs hung like delicate lace in the corners, and the thick layer of dust on every surface was testament to years of neglect. He moved slowly, almost reverently, as he began to sift through the clutter. An old rocking chair, its paint chipped and faded, creaked as he nudged it aside. He moved a stack of yellowed newspapers, their headlines telling stories of a world long past. Each item he touched seemed to whisper fragments of forgotten tales. As he delved deeper into the attic, Richard's fingers brushed against something smooth and cool. He pulled it out from beneath a pile of old clothes and stared at it. It was a small, ornate wooden box, intricately carved with patterns of flowers and vines. The craftsmanship was exquisite, the details so fine that the flowers almost seemed to bloom under his touch. A faint memory stirred in the back of his mind, but it was elusive, like a dream half-remembered. His curiosity piqued. Richard carefully lifted the lid. The box opened with a soft creak, and a wave of scent washed over him, old paper mixed with a hint of lavender perfume, his mother's favorite. Inside, the box was filled with mementos from his childhood. Richard's breath caught in his throat as he saw the small wooden toy car he had once cherished, its paint chipped from hours of play. Next to it lay a threadbare teddy bear, its fur matted and one eye missing. He gently picked up a faded photograph of himself on his first bike, a wide grin plastered across his young face. Beneath these childhood treasures lay a bundle of letters tied with a frayed ribbon. The sight of his father's elegant script, full of flourishes and loops, brought a lump to his throat. He untied the ribbon with trembling fingers and began to read. The letters spoke of love and longing, of separation and sacrifice. His father, James, had written them to his mother, Elizabeth, during their time apart when James had been sent overseas for work. The letters were filled with tender words and promises of a future together, of dreams they shared despite the distance. Richard sank to the floor, the letters spread around him like fallen leaves. The rain continued to patter against the window, a soft accompaniment to the emotions welling up inside him. He had always known his parents loved each other, but these letters revealed a depth and resilience he had never fully appreciated. As the afternoon light waned, Richard remained in the attic, absorbed in the love story unfolding before him. The attic, once a place of mystery and neglect, had become a treasure trove of memories, a window into the past. And in that moment, he felt a profound connection to his parents, their love a guiding light that had shaped his life in ways he was only beginning to understand. The rain continued its steady drumming against the attic window, a soft soundtrack to Richard's introspection. He sat surrounded by the relics of his past, the ornate wooden box resting open beside him. Each item he uncovered was a piece of a puzzle, fragments of a story he was only beginning to understand. As he carefully sifted through the box, Richard discovered more mementos from his childhood. There was a school report card, the edges yellowed with age. He remembered the pride in his mother's eyes when he brought home good grades, her encouragement and belief in his abilities. Next, he found a handmade birthday card, its construction paper cover adorned with clumsy drawings and glitter. His father's handwriting inside wished him a happy birthday, expressing love and hope for his future. Richard's fingers brushed against a small, worn-out book of bedtime stories. He smiled as he remembered the countless nights his mother had read to him from its pages, her voice soothing him to sleep. Each item was a key to a memory, unlocking scenes from a time long past. Beneath these treasures lay more letters, the paper delicate and the ink faded. Richard gently unfolded one and began to read, his heart swelling with each word. The letters chronicled the early days of his parents' relationship, a time of excitement and passion. In one letter, his father described their first date. They had gone to a small cafe by the river, where Elizabeth worked as a waitress. James wrote about how her smile lit up the room, how he knew from that moment that she was the one. They had spent hours talking, sharing dreams and hopes for the future. Richard could almost see them, young and full of life, the world at their feet. As he continued to read, Richard learned about the challenges his parents faced. Society's expectations were a constant pressure, especially for Elizabeth, who came from a more conservative family. Financial difficulties were another hurdle. James's job offer overseas had been a lifeline, but it also meant long periods of separation. In one poignant letter, James expressed his frustration at being away from Elizabeth, his longing for her touch, her voice. Elizabeth's letters were equally revealing. She wrote about her fears and doubts, her struggle to maintain her strength during James's absence. Yet, through every line, there was a thread of unwavering love and support. She encouraged James to pursue his career, even though it meant sacrificing their time together. Her words were filled with hope and determination, a testament to her resilience. Richard felt a profound sense of connection as he read their words. He had always known his parents loved each other, but these letters revealed a depth and resilience he had never fully appreciated. Their love had been tested by time and distance, yet it had endured, growing stronger with each challenge. One letter, in particular, stood out. It was written during a time of great financial strain. Elizabeth spoke of her guilt for being a burden, her fears for their future, but also of her unwavering belief in their love. She thanked James for his strength and promised to be by his side, no matter what challenges lay ahead. Richard's eyes misted over as he read, the raw emotion in her words touching him deeply. As the afternoon wore on, Richard found himself reflecting on his own life and relationships. He realized how much he had taken for granted, the sacrifices his parents had made to provide for him and each other. Their love story was not just a tale of romance, but a testament to the power of commitment and sacrifice. It was a reminder of the enduring nature of love, its ability to overcome even the greatest obstacles. The attic had become a place of revelation, each item Richard uncovered shedding light on the love story that had shaped his life. After spending hours in the dusty space, he carefully gathered the wooden box and its precious contents and descended the stairs, the weight of the memories pressing gently on his heart. He made his way to his study, a quiet sanctuary filled with bookshelves and a large mahogany desk. The room, with its warm lighting and familiar surroundings, provided the perfect setting for delving deeper into his parents' past. Richard placed the box on the desk and settled into the leather chair, feeling the familiar embrace of its worn cushions. The rain continued its steady drumming against the window, a soft soundtrack to his introspection. Richard picked up another bundle of letters, their paper fragile with age. The early ones were filled with the excitement and passion of new love. James and Elizabeth's first encounter at the cafe was a recurring theme, a cherished memory they both revisited in their letters. James wrote about that first meeting in vivid detail. He described the small cafe by the river, the warm glow of the afternoon sun filtering through the windows. Elizabeth had been working as a waitress, her smile lighting up the room. James had been instantly captivated by her, and they had spent hours talking, sharing their dreams and hopes for the future. Richard could almost see them, young and full of life, the world at their feet. Their courtship had been a whirlwind of emotions. They took long walks by the river, hand in hand, lost in their own world. They talked about everything: books, music, their ambitions, and their fears. James wrote about their stolen moments, the joy of simply being together. Elizabeth's letters echoed his sentiments, her words filled with the same excitement and passion. Richard found a small stack of photographs from those early days. In one, his parents stood by the river, laughing at something out of frame. In another, they were sitting in the cafe, their heads close together, lost in conversation. Each photograph was a window into their world, capturing the essence of their love. As he continued to read, Richard discovered the challenges they faced. Societal expectations were a constant pressure, especially for Elizabeth, whose family had conservative views. James's career ambitions also posed difficulties. He had been offered a lucrative job overseas, a position that promised financial stability but at the cost of their time together. One letter from James revealed his internal struggle with the decision. He wrote about his desire to provide for their future, but also his fear of losing the closeness they shared. Elizabeth's response was filled with support and encouragement. She urged him to take the opportunity, reassuring him that their love would endure the separation. Her strength and resilience shone through her words, a testament to her unwavering belief in their future. Financial difficulties added another layer of strain to their relationship. Richard found letters discussing their struggles to make ends meet, especially during the early years. Yet, despite the hardships, there was always an undercurrent of hope and determination. James and Elizabeth were committed to each other, their love a constant source of strength. Amidst the letters, Richard discovered hospital bills from a particularly challenging time. Elizabeth had fallen ill, and James had worked multiple jobs to pay for her treatment. The letters from this period were filled with concern and love. James's unwavering support and Elizabeth's gratitude and guilt were palpable. She thanked him for his strength, expressing her fears of being a burden but also her determination to recover. As Richard read these letters, he felt a profound sense of admiration for his parents. Their love had been tested by time, distance, and hardship, yet it had endured. Each letter was a testament to their resilience and commitment, a reminder of the power of love to overcome even the greatest obstacles. In one particularly moving letter, Elizabeth wrote about her recovery. She described the joy of regaining her strength, the gratitude she felt for James's unwavering support, and her renewed hope for their future. She promised to cherish every moment they had together, to never take their love for granted. Richard carefully placed the letters back in the box, his heart full of gratitude and awe. He realized that their love story was not just a tale of romance, but a legacy of resilience and sacrifice. It was a reminder of the enduring nature of love, its ability to overcome even the greatest challenges. As he sat in his study, the rain tapping gently against the window, Richard felt a renewed sense of purpose. He knew that the memories contained within the box were not just relics of the past, but a living testament to the enduring power of love. And in that moment, he made a silent promise to cherish the love his parents had nurtured, to honor their sacrifices, and to carry their legacy forward into the future. Richard's study was filled with the soft sound of rain against the window, a steady rhythm that mirrored the cadence of his thoughts. As he continued to explore the contents of the wooden box, he discovered more about the sacrifices his parents made for each other, each item revealing the depth of their commitment and the challenges they overcame. The letters Richard found detailed the financial difficulties James and Elizabeth faced early in their marriage. They spoke of the struggle to make ends meet, the constant pressure to provide a stable future. James's decision to take a job overseas was a pivotal moment, a choice made out of necessity but at a great personal cost. In one letter, James wrote about the opportunity that had come his way. The job promised financial stability, a chance to secure their future, but it meant leaving Elizabeth behind for months, possibly years. His words were filled with both hope and trepidation. He expressed his fear of losing the closeness they shared, his concern for Elizabeth's well-being in his absence. Elizabeth's response was a testament to her strength and resilience. Her letters offered unwavering support and encouragement. She reassured James that their love would endure the separation, that they would find a way to stay connected despite the distance. She wrote about her plans to keep herself busy, to stay strong for both of them. Her words were filled with love and determination, a reflection of her unwavering belief in their future. Richard found photographs from this challenging period, their faces reflecting both struggle and determination. In one, James stood in front of an airplane, his face a mix of hope and sorrow. In another, Elizabeth sat by the river, a letter in her hand and a distant look in her eyes. Each photograph told a story of sacrifice and commitment, a testament to their enduring love. Among the keepsakes were small tokens of their affection, symbols of their love despite the distance. Richard found a pressed flower, its petals delicate and fragile. It had been sent in one of James's letters, a small reminder of the beauty they shared. He also found a handmade locket, its surface worn but still beautiful. Inside was a tiny photograph of James and Elizabeth, a symbol of their unbreakable bond. As he continued to delve into the box, Richard discovered letters discussing Elizabeth's illness and the toll it took on their lives. James's unwavering support during this time was evident in every word. He wrote about the sacrifices he made to care for her, the long hours he worked to pay for her treatment, the sleepless nights spent by her side. Elizabeth's letters were filled with gratitude and guilt. She expressed her fears of being a burden, her concern for James's well-being. Yet, her love and appreciation for his sacrifices shone through. She thanked him for his strength, his unwavering support, and promised to fight for their future. Richard felt a profound sense of admiration as he read these letters. His parents' love had been tested by time, distance, and hardship, yet it had endured. Their sacrifices had shaped their lives, their family, and had left a lasting legacy. In one particularly moving letter, Elizabeth wrote about her recovery. She described the joy of regaining her strength, the gratitude she felt for James's unwavering support, and her renewed hope for their future. She promised to cherish every moment they had together, to never take their love for granted. James's letters also revealed the impact of their sacrifices on their individual dreams and aspirations. He wrote about his career, the opportunities he had taken, and the gratitude he felt for Elizabeth's support. He expressed his willingness to sacrifice his own dreams for her well-being, a testament to the depth of his love. As Richard carefully placed the letters back in the box, his heart was full of gratitude and awe. He realized that their love story was not just a tale of romance, but a legacy of resilience and sacrifice. It was a reminder of the enduring nature of love, its ability to overcome even the greatest challenges. Sitting in his study, the rain tapping gently against the window, Richard felt a renewed sense of purpose. He knew that the memories contained within the box were not just relics of the past, but a living testament to the enduring power of love. And in that moment, he made a silent promise to cherish the love his parents had nurtured, to honor their sacrifices, and to carry their legacy forward into the future. The rain had finally stopped, leaving the world outside Richard's study quiet and still. As he sat at his desk, surrounded by the precious contents of the wooden box, he felt a deep sense of reverence and gratitude. The journey through his parents' past had been an emotional one, filled with revelations and insights that had profoundly impacted him. Richard reflected on the emotional journey he had undergone while exploring the box. Each letter, photograph, and memento had unveiled a layer of his parents' love story, a testament to their unwavering commitment and the sacrifices they made for each other. He marveled at the depth of their love, realizing how it had shaped not only their lives but also his own. The personal insights Richard gained were invaluable. He contemplated how his parents' story had influenced his own views on love, commitment, and family. Their resilience and dedication had set a powerful example, one that he now fully appreciated. He drew parallels between their experiences and his own relationships, finding new meaning and understanding. Vivid memories from the letters and mementos lingered in his mind. He recalled the detailed descriptions of his parents' first date, their heartfelt letters during times of separation, and the small tokens of love they exchanged. The sensory details of their story, the scent of his mother's lavender perfume, the feel of the worn letters, the sight of their joyful faces in photographs, reinforced the emotional connection he felt. Determined to preserve and honor his parents' legacy, Richard decided to share their love story with his own family. He recognized the importance of passing on the lessons of love and sacrifice that had defined James and Elizabeth's relationship. Gathering his family in the study, he began to recount the story with heartfelt emotion, the letters and photographs serving as tangible reminders of their enduring bond. His family listened intently, their expressions reflecting admiration and gratitude. They were moved by the depth of James and Elizabeth's love, the challenges they had overcome, and the strength they had found in each other. Together, they discussed the lessons they could learn from their story, lessons of resilience, commitment, and the power of unwavering support. Richard felt a profound sense of peace and fulfillment as he shared his parents' legacy. He knew that their love and sacrifices would be remembered and cherished by future generations. The story of James and Elizabeth was more than a personal history. It was a testament to the enduring power of love, a reminder of the importance of holding onto memories and honoring the past. As the evening drew to a close, Richard sat quietly in his study, reflecting on the journey he had undertaken. The wooden box, once a forgotten relic in the attic, had become a treasure trove of memories and lessons. He felt a renewed sense of purpose, a deep connection to his parents' legacy, and an unwavering commitment to honor their love.